Hope that music got you all going. Oh my God. All right. We are live. We are live. We are live. Hello. So, what exciting things have I got to tell you? Firstly, there is a poll in the group. If you just scroll, well, it should be pretty much at the top. The reason I put the poll in there is I'm just curious. I need, it's kind of a little bit not selfish, but one of the reasons is it helps me to know what you'd like me to talk about. So the poll is, what is your most burning question about your dog's separation anxiety? And I started off by adding a couple, but you can add your own as well. So one of the big ones is probably, how long does it take to resolve separation anxiety? I also put, are some dogs just not fixable? That's a question people ask. Or how do I know if it really is separation anxiety or is it something else? Now, for that one, I suggest you get onto my website, which is nessjones.com. Nice and easy to remember. Go on the homepage and you'll find a link there where you can download my free PDF. And you'll be able to see that what the PDF is, it's a 40-page PDF that looks at separation related behaviors. And I would like to mention this. I think it's important to make a note. And I know I've talked about this before, but it doesn't hurt again. That sometimes it's not always based on anxiety. It could be based on something else. So this PDF kind of goes through some of the behaviors that dogs do. We call it separation anxiety, but it really should be called separation related distress or separation related behavior, because it may not always be based on anxiety. So the PDF will walk you through some of that and hopefully give you some perspective as to whether your dog's behavior is. Here's a really easy example. So maybe you've got a teenage dog, young and dumb, but like they've got lots of energy and they don't always know where to put it. And they can often do very destructive behaviors when you walk out the door. Unfortunately, in my experience, and happy to be corrected if I'm wrong, but my experience is that the majority of dogs that get surrendered to shelters are teenagers. If anybody wants to come in and say, no, you're wrong, it's blah, 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 I am happy to be corrected, but that is just my personal perspective, opinion. So here is a dog that may not actually be anxious at all, may not have separation anxiety, but they're bored, maybe they're not getting their needs met, not getting enough exercise, not getting enough mental challenge, and mum and dad have walked out the door and they're like, I'm so bored, I'm going to make my own fun. So there's things like that in the PDF, just to give you some perspective. So I think it's a really valuable place to start if you are actually wondering if your dog does have separation anxiety or is just showing separation related behaviors that maybe people are blanket calling separation anxiety. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, jump on the website, check out the PDF. I have put in the chat here's my website, just in case. It's nice and easy. Ness Jones. Oh, I put news.com then. Oh my goodness. Brain's not working. nessjones.com. Also, I have put a link to the book which was released last week. Gosh, I don't know where the time goes. I'm so confused about where the time goes. Look, I'm absolutely delighted. I'm going to tell you how many lists it got on, bestseller lists, because it's crazy. So I might have to put my eyes on for this. Sorry, can't see. Okay, so in Australia, on Kindle, 4 bestseller lists. So dog breeds, dog pet care, dog training, and animal care and pets on Kindle. In the paperback version, in Australia, dog care, dog training, dog care and health, and pets and animals. In Canada, On Kindle, Dog Care and Animal and Pet Care, and for the paperback in Dog Breeds and Dog Training. In the UK, it was bestseller in Dog Breeds. And in the US, in Kindle, we have Dog Breeds, Dog Training, and Pet Dogs. And in paperback, Dog Care and Health, Animal Care and Pets, Dog Breeds, and Dog Care and Health. That's amazing. I am absolutely delighted, stunned, shocked, and I mean, really, it's for you guys. I don't want to get all corny and emotional, but I might. But I wrote it to help you guys. Look, here it is here. It's 50,000 words of me trying to help dogs. And yeah, it's I really genuinely wrote this to help people that maybe can't do a program. Maybe it's just information they need to help them. But let me tell you what's in here. I think that's probably a good thing to talk about. So, need my eyes again. Can't see. It's for old age gets to. Okay, so of course there's a foreword by the amazing Kelly Dunbar. Kelly Gorman Dunbar. Kelly Dunbar now has her own training academy for dog professionals who need mentoring. So if you're a dog professional and you want to have gold standard help, then I would suggest getting onto her website, which is just Kelly Dunbar Dog Trainer, I think, or Dog Training. I can tell you actually, I think it's training. Let me just have a quick squeeze. Yeah, Kelly Dunbar Dog Training. Highly recommend. So she wrote the foreword, which was absolutely lovely. Then as a moment's pause, I won't go through everything, but my reflections on why I wrote the book, then an introduction. Part one, so if you have bought the book, I really suggest that you read it as it was intended, which is to start at the beginning. You can jump forward to part 4, which actually tells you the training steps, but I would suggest that you actually read it from the beginning because that's how it was intended, to give you the background and to help with giving you a clearer picture and your options, etc., etc. So please read it as it was intended. But part 1 is just what is separation anxiety. So what are the major signs, how it impacts us, signs and symptoms, and looking for the 4 C's. So the 4 C's being what I like to help guardians with is helping the dog feel comfortable, consistent, confident, and I've forgotten. I've said them in the wrong order, so now I'm like, oh. So comfortable, confident. Oh my God, I can't believe I can't even remember what it is. That's ridiculous. I'm having a bad day today because my calm, confident, comfortable, confident, and consistent. Consistency is a big thing, not just in how consistent you are with the training, and that is very, very important because if you're not consistent, if you're an athlete and you're trying to jump a hurdle, a high jump, if you don't train consistently and you only train once a week, well, you're not going to do it, are you? So consistency is important, but also how consistent is your dog at the time that you're looking at. So if you're trying to, let's just say 5 minutes, you want your dog to be alone for 5 minutes because you're in the beginning of your foundational training, but they can only do it once. That's not consistency. We need to build consistency. It's all detailed here in this book. Okay. Part 2 is a deeper perspective. So we explore why dogs might suffer from anxiety, some myths and outdated advice, plenty of them, medication and natural remedies. So I talk about, holistic, what are your options in terms of, putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. So there's no standalones. It really is a case of figuring that out. What is the best for your dog? and what we can add to the puzzle piece to help them. And I'm not saying all dogs have to be on medication, so don't worry about that. But if you have the information, then you can decide what is best. Okay, part 3 is creating a successful training picture. So remember at the beginning of this, I was talking about dogs, young teenage dogs, that maybe aren't getting enough exercise and enrichment. So that is part of the puzzle piece as well. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? Not leaving a dog for longer than it can cope. Observations, understanding your dog's subtle signs, but it is specific to your dog. So I'll talk you through some of that. And changing the parameters, which could be something as simple as using a different door, if that is an option that's open for you. If there's a fear history for the dog, what can we do possibly that will change the perspective for the dog? What can we do to help that dog? Where they don't have a fear history. It could be any number of things, but just changing the door is one example. And I'm not saying you have to change your door, and some people in apartments don't even have that option. But again, we're looking at the bigger picture. We're just looking at it all, saying, okay, let's look at this part of the puzzle. Okay, is there something we can do around this that might make it easier for the dog? And remembering that when we're starting out on a training program and we're building foundations, we want to make it as easy as the dog as we can. We add in competitions. I'm going to talk about competitions in a minute. We add in complications down the track once they've got foundations. I'm trying to think of a good analogy for that. So yeah, let's talk about maths. If you're a young child and you're learning maths, we start with the simple stuff. 1 + 1 = 2. We're not going to throw calculus at a child that's learning maths. So for me, with training, I don't like to start with complications. I like to start with the foundations, and then we add the complications in down the track. I like that analogy. Because if we start with the calculus or the trigonometry, the child is just going to be, well, they're not going to do it, are they? Obviously. So start with the easy stuff. And when I say complications, that's going to vary depending on your dog specifically. So it could be a pre-departure cue, and that's, again, going to vary. So example of a pre-departure cue or a leaving cue could be your keys. Or it could be a certain pair of shoes, like that means the dog's not coming with you. It could be any number of things. It could be getting lunch out of the fridge. So if we want to find out what those complications are, and that could also include time of day, changing the time of day on the dog. So we want to know what they are, and then we can figure out how we remove them and add them back in later. And it's all detailed here in this book in a very structured manner, so we don't just throw spaghetti at the wall sort of thing. So changing the parameters. Part 4 is all about the actual method. I call it the alone method, but maybe figuring out what your dog's threshold is, determining what that is, getting started with some door desensitization, and then the actual steps to the training. And we turn the page. And pre-departure cues, I just talked about them briefly. And then part 5 is about troubleshooting. So what happens if? Now, I do have to say that it's very hard to put everything into this book in terms of everybody's got their own situation, their own. I've put in as much as I possibly can, but there might be something particular to your situation that may not be in here, but I think it will still give you all the information you need. And so that includes troubleshooting. What can we do if XYZ happens? Again, it's going to depend on your situation. What can we do to improve progress? There's a chapter on preventative measures for new rescues, for puppies, etc. I love prevention. Prevention is always better than cure. If you're preventing something as opposed to reacting to something, that obviously is going to be better. Fixing something after it's broken is a lot harder than getting it right in the first place. And I know this personally from doing high level obedience with my dog. And when you screw up, it's a lot harder to come back from than if you get it right in the first place. So I've had a few clients that have wanted to be preventative, and I love that because it is just everything goes smooth, much more smoothly because we're doing it right from the get-go. Okay, and really the other things in here are case studies. And I talk about my own dog, Maya, who she was digging holes in the walls. So, but a lot of other case studies are examples of dogs that I've worked with personally. So yes, there's that. The link is in the chat. Now I wanted to talk about the competitions. So I've got 3 competitions. Just bear with me. Okay, so would you like to win a 1-hour consultation with me? All you have to do is buy the book and share a photo of your dog and the book. Or yourself as well, if you want to be in it. You don't have to be in it though, just you and your dog, and you can go into the draw to win a 1-hour consultation with me to talk about your dog specifically. And all these competitions close at the end of this month. So what is it? September. 30 days have September. So anyway, I'll be drawing the competition winners at the end of this month. So make sure you enter. If you would like to win a signed copy of the book, so you can be in the draw to win that, all you have to do is buy the ebook, write a review, and take a screenshot of the review and post it in the Facebook group. All these are in the Facebook group, so if you want to read through them as opposed to me talking about them, but yeah, all you have to do is write a review on the ebook and post the review into the Facebook group, and I will put you in the draw to win a signed copy of the book. And lastly, this is probably maybe the most exciting one. So my membership program is really well priced anyway, I think, $39 a month, but you could win the first month for only 99 cents, and I'm going to draw 5 winners for this if we get enough entries. 99 cents for the first month, then it will go up to $39. But you'll have a whole month with me. And all you have to do to win that is to buy the paperback, share a photo of that in the group, and also write a review and share that in the group. So buy the paperback, as I said, the link's in the chat, in the comments. Buy the paperback, share a photo of you and your dog, or the dog and the book, I should say, in the group, and then write a review of the book and take a screenshot of that. And so upload into the group the photo of the book and your dog and a photo of the review. I'm going to choose 5 winners, again, if I get enough entries, but 99 cents for the first month. And then you can cancel at any time. So if you got to the end of the first month and went, this isn't for me, you just send me an email before it rolls over to the next one, and you get the whole thing for 99 cents. And what that is, it gives you all the steps. So it will tell you all the steps, how to proceed. There's a specialist training app for you to use, so it tells you what to do. It is a do-it-yourself program. However, there's 2 classes each week where we chat through, and urge everybody, if they do this, to come to at least one class. So you don't have to come to all the classes, but you can at least come, and I can talk to you face to face. It's all done on Zoom, and tailor training to you, because you could do it all by yourself. Lots of people do, but I like to have that conversation, ask you a bit more detail, a bit more specifics about your situation, your home environment, and your dog. So I have a more rounded knowledge, so I can give you answers to help you. So honestly, I think that's an amazing prize, and I honestly think all you have to do is get the book and write a review and post photos into the Facebook group and go into the draw. So highly recommend that. I think that's it from me. Like I said, the link is in the chat to the book. That goes to my website, and you can click there. One thing I should mention is not everybody likes to buy on Amazon. I completely appreciate that. There is also a link on that there's also a link on that link. But if you jump onto my website and go to the book tab, and scroll down a little bit, you'll see there's a button to click for those people that don't want to buy from Amazon. You can actually purchase it from another site, and they do ship globally. So that is it. Again, do the poll, and then I can talk about what people have clicked on and maybe use them as conversation pieces for next week. But yeah, I think I can't think of anything else I needed to talk about. Let me just check. No, I think that's it. So I shall get off here now and yeah, have a great day. See ya.